Hello my fellow full of the samurai players. Zaript here, and I'm going to bring you another ladder play. And as you can guess, it will be another game I lost. But before we start it, I want to show you this adorable trick my opponent uses. His nick is Kutsuzi. Well, I guess it's Polish name. So what he did, basically, he have seen that I have Shinobi Informer at the start of the game. So he put his general in this forest to make me think that most of his forces are here. And in fact, he deployed all of his forces here. Which is a nice trick if you want your opponent to concentrate all his forces on one hill. Well, I shouldn't say nice, but it's adorable, because you see, he oversmarted himself. In fact, his troops move slower in the forest, and because I deployed in the open, I will be on the hill faster than him. And here I just see that all his forces are on one side, and I will just reallocate this my right flank. So yeah, he kinda oversmarted himself. Now let me take a fast look at army compositions. I have 2 Imperial infantry units, 2 black tortoise units. I have 4 Yariki with 7 chevrons, 1 Shogun Guard Cavalry with 4 chevrons, and 1 Imperial Guard Cavalry with 1 chevron. It's a speed upgrade. I also have a Spear Levy and 1 usual strong Shogitari. My general is Bushido Gen with 3 points in gun tree. Now my opponent have, it seems, something between well, Bushido and gun gen mix. He has a really strong line infantry. This is Imperial Guard infantry, Imperial infantry, Imperial Guard infantry, another Imperial infantry. Really strong line. And obviously I know that he is hiding something in the forest. I will go ahead and tell you that, because there is no way he has only 4 units. And the reason I'm showing you this game isn't because it's particularly interesting. It is not, but it clearly shows what I lack. You know, lately I have been losing almost all of my tournament games. I mean, last 2 weeks I lose everything when I play against semi-decent opponent. And it isn't because I'm bad, because I'm not. I know I can put a good fight. I know I can. Theoretically speaking, knowledge-wise, I'm okay. I have a good plan. I have a good composition. I can see why I lose, and I can see my opponent's weak spots. But I lack something, and this game is clearly showing what the area I have to improve on. Now let's take a look at what happens. I get, because of his mistake and because he deployed in the forest and took his time marching through the forest, I get upper hand. I get control of these 2 dodges, and I have the full map control. You see, I have and I stop right at this moment. What is until this infantry, which I knew here shooted, who had an advantage? Obviously me, because I have upper hill. Even if he has a stronger line, he can't use it. He have no way to attack me. I get my line on this hill. I get into a defensive position, And after this, all I need is to slowly get my Shogitai to this flank, get my cavalry to this flank, and push with one of my line units. He can't defend here because of the forest. There is no way. If he starts fighting my line unit here, it will get a chance for my melee to get to him, and just this flank will collapse immediately. No matter how many waves he put, it will weaken this flank, and I will just get my cavalry to this flank fast. And obviously he has some cavalry hidden, but because his line is so expensive, I know that I have a cavalry advantage. And because of uphill advantage, his line advantage mean nothing. So the right plan for me is to slowly get to my position and slowly destroy this flank. Because here I can actually destroy this flank, but the reason I shouldn't, because here it's nowhere, he has no room to maneuver. All he can do is get back. And here he can actually maneuver, and this area is his deployment zone. So I don't really know what he hides. So smart thing to do is play it safely, play it slowly. But I saw I have an advantage, and I rushed things. This is a stupid move. And that's what I like. Luck. I lack patience and composure. I just cannot concentrate well enough. You see, this is stupid. I mean, I had clear advantage here. All I have to do is to wait a little for my Shogitai to get to this flank. But I rush things because I think, well, my cavalry can destroy his line, and what can he hide here? Well, obviously, these cavalry units can kill... my cavalry can kill this one line unit. But I still can win, but this is a gamble, and I will lose this gamble. And I don't even want to... well, I will show you this through the end, but you get the idea. I have clear advantage, and I throw it away for no reason. Why would I do this? It's so painful to watch. It's really and that's what happens in my tournament games. I can see my opponent weakness, but I rush things and forget some small detail that will make me lose. Because you have to play more safe, you have to play more cautiously if you want to have a sure win. And here I just charge my Shogitai from the front when I have a lot of room to flank.
Your men are routing, sir.
So you see, I lost my Shogitai without even getting any kills. And how cool it would be to use my Shogitai in this forest with this sword dojo covering it. And how cool would it be to rush cavalry and just mop out this imperial infantry easily. And here I engage in cav fight in the forest. You should never fight with your cav in the forest. It's really bad idea. Yeah, well, we exchanged our generals, and we exchanged almost all of our cavalry, but his Imperial Guard infantry leaves, and I didn't have my spear levy in this fight because they were capturing farmhouse for no for no clear reason. And you see, I'm still putting some fight, and I try to never give up. Even I knew I will lose here, but in case my opponent makes some mistake, I still continue to fight. And this black tortoise force didn't kill much, but it still lives in the forest. With this one unit, I get an attention of 2 line units, which is actually good for me, even if I lose it. But I couldn't collapse this flank. So I will repeat it again, not for you, but for myself. When you get clear advantage, I have seen his mistake, I knew this is his mistake, I got clear advantage, but I couldn't play my strongest hand. And my strongest hand was my cavalry and my shogitai, because my line obviously weaker. And there is 2 points for my shogitai and for my cavalry to break through. It's right flank and left flank. And on this flank, well, I could have flanked it more, obviously. I was too lazy. I shouldn't have put my cavalry here. It would have been absolutely different if I wrapped my cavalry around here. Cavalry fight would have started in this forest. He would have rotated. Would have turned his Imperial Guard infantry to shoot in the cavalry fight, and I will hit them with my shogitai from the back. And this would be more close. But I was lazy, I was impatient, and I put my cavalry here. Even so, I knew he has something in this forest. I knew he has line infantry in this forest. I knew he has some cavalry. So this was one way to play this better. And here, obviously, I got much better position. In this choke point, it seems like it's good for infantry defending this choke point, but in fact it is not. If I attack at the same time with shogitais from this forest, push with one line, and hit with cavalry using one cavalry as a mid shield, this will feel like, you know, in Sun-Tzu's Art of War, there is one sentence when he says that you have to break your opponent like a waterfall, and this indeed would be like a waterfall. My cavalry falling down this Imperial infantry, it would destroy and rout it in seconds, and then I would rout second unit without. I would lose maximum 1 cavalry unit. Even if his cavalry get here, it would be much easier for me than here, I believe. So that's how that's how I can lose the game I basically won. I get clear advantage and I throw it away. And that's how I lose my tournament games. Well, I hope soon I will be able to bring you some interesting victories, because the victories I have so far are absolutely boring. Because I'm not controlling them as I would want to. I win because my opponent just... because I'm better than my opponent, and that isn't that interesting to see. The games I want to show you is 2 equal opponents fighting until one of them make a clear mistake. So, I hope this wasn't boring. I hope this was entertaining and useful to watch. I hope you make something from this. And I hope to see you again on my channel. Have a good day!